Hello Pisces, this is going to be your April astrology. So first things first, we're going to have Venus on the 4th of April moving into the 4th house for you. So Venus is all about love and it's also about finance. It rules beauty. So, luxury, all of those things. So moving into your house of home, which is the 4th house, you're going to really want to create and want love in your home, your physical home. So even like wanting to feel like loved within your home, or feeling like there's less conflict within that energy, finding balance there, all that energy of the home, the physical home, even wanting to move. Because if you're not feeling it no more, wanting to shift it and move, because Venus is in that area of your home. So wanting to move, wanting to bring peace to your home, wanting to beautify your home, wanting to make your home feel homely, cooking, all of those things. It's where you feel almost as if like you're not at home and you gotta make this place feel like a home. And if you can't do that, you got to find the place where you feel at home. And that's what Venus is doing in your 4th house there. It's changing the energy of the home life. It's bringing in this beauty, this feeling of love and balance, and even conflict, wanting to smoothen all of that out, find peaceful resolutions, finding that feeling of like you can feel really at home when you are at home. And that's what's happening in your 4th house. And you'll also be working with your relationships to resolve conflict and find peace there. So you might find conflict in order to resolve it. So things can happen where you feel like, oh, drive me crazy. And I need to actually sort this out so I can feel at peace in my space that I'm living in and feel happy about it. So that's happening in your 4th house there with Venus on the 4th of April throughout April. All right. And it's also going to go into retrograde next month. And it's going to be staying in your 4th house. So just watch that energy as well of your home and restructuring it and what you want to do. So moving, any of those things, it's where you really feel like your heart is at home. Those are the things that will be coming to you during the month of April, right? Then on the 8th, there's going to be a full moon in the 8th house. So this is money, other people's money, and you're going to be releasing there. So when it comes to loans, releasing, or actually things coming through for you during that time. So if you started something before, because the full moon is about endings and releasing, it means it can either come through for you, or the 8th house energy is where you need to release it. Maybe it's not working the way you wanted to. Other people's money, when it comes to loans, banks, even landlords, all of those things. Other people's money, partner's money, your husband or wife's money, all of that. That is the 8th house energy of other people's money, where you're going to have to be working with the full moon there to release, to actually see how you can create, find balance in that energy within your life as well. How can you restructure your finances, or maybe even receive assistance as well during that time, because that's what you'd be working with during that full moon. And also intimacy. So also releasing issues of intimacy. And this is where we actually, how deeply we feel about things, not just only physical intimacy, but also, the things that sometimes we're afraid to share with other people. It's actually now being more intimate to share those things, to express those things more freely, to allow for those things to basically come through and be released within your life. Right? So those are things you're going to be working with the full moon. Then on the 20th, the sun's going to move into your 3rd house, which is very good because it talks about ideas, creativity, even finance, networking, speaking, communicating, coaching, all those things to bring in some boosted income as well. So that's all working with their talking, communication, networking, marketing. On the 20th, we're going to have, that's when the sun's going to move into Taurus, and the 23rd is that new moon. So new beginnings with all your networking and communication with others, and new ideas coming in as well. So allow for all that energy to flow through you as well. It's very important. Come up with those ideas. Network, communicate, share the message. Coaching is very good for there as well. All of those things. Then we're going to have Neptune in Pisces all throughout the month, and that's in your house of relationships. Okay, so with that energy, you're going to have to work with the illusion. Sometimes Pisces likes to be eluded in the sense that they don't really see things as they are. Now you're going to have the opportunity to basically really be open and honest with yourself about your relationships. And that's not only just your love relationships, it's anyone you relate with. This can be friends, anyone in communication, relating. Remember, relationships is all about relating. So it's actually having to be honest with yourself about the state of relationships around you, and also not to be too trusting of others, because sometimes Pisces can be very trusting of others. This is actually, you need to actually be more guarded, watch yourself, see what they're saying to you, all of those kinds of things. And watch how in the beginning of the month Venus was in your 4th house, trying to really help you feel loved in your home life and relationships, your close relationships. And then we have this Neptune in Pisces in the 7th house, which is bringing this energy of being very honest about the relationships around you. Don't be too trusting, you know, actually don't paint it with rose tinted glasses. See if relationships are draining you, you know, your interactions, they should not be draining you. That's not what you want during this time. Don't allow for that to happen as well. Find balance within your relationships. That's what that really means. That 7th house energy is all about people pleasing. Thinking you dig it for the greater good. I'm going to make everyone happy. I'm going to listen to all their problems. But that's only going to clutter your psyche. You can be there for others, but make sure you're also being there for yourself first. So check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What are you going through? How are you feeling every day? Okay, don't try to people please. Don't try to be there too much in that 7th house energy of like people pleasing, over taking care of others. No. And being too trusting. Actually develop some like, you know, boundaries, and don't, you know, say no, you know, and actually take a step back. Okay, then we also going to have Mars in the 12th house also during April for you, dear Pisces. And what that means is the 12th house is Pisces. It's all about ending its last zodiac, right? And you're going to feel you want to take action when it comes to certain things coming to an end in your life. Like you just don't want to do this anymore. You don't have time for this anymore. The 12th house energy is also about, you know, waking up out of illusions and taking action with that Mars energy. Watch how you're feeling. Meaning you can also feel kind of like, because Mars is the god of war, you can feel kind of aggressive about these things. You rather move your body. So do some exercise, do some deep breathing, move your body, because Mars loves movement. Do some movement to channel that energy into what you're actually releasing. Mars in the 12th house is a lot about taking action with things you need to let go of. That's what it literally means. Taking action with things you need to let go of. Taking action with your health. The more relationships and issues of other people that you absorb, it can really clog up your energy and you can feel unwell. So you're going to have to be taking action on those things that you need to release and cleanse out of your life in order for you to have more peace and harmony with that Venus energy in your 4th house. Do you see that? Can you see that energy? So I would say April is really a month of you to work on your relationships. It's also to work on money as well, with new ideas and releasing anything about money as well, about concerns about finance. All of those things you'll be working with Pisces, releasing those worries about finance and money and your relationships, working on those, being honest with yourself. You know, don't paint a pretty picture. Really see how things are. Take a minute, you know, make it a fact, see it as it is, and then take it from there. Mars is giving you this energy to clear out things that you don't want. Anything in your life, basically, that you no longer feel is serving the purpose or is creating disharmony for you or unhappiness for you. It's giving you that energy to clear it out. Toxic relationships, toxic situations, even home, if you're feeling uncomfortable in your home, wanting to move, all of that is that energy of the 12th house of wanting to declutter, to say goodbye, to say no more, and allow for it to happen. Don't hold on. You know, I know that's a beautiful thing about Pisces. They know how to let go. You'll definitely know how to let go. You're the fish. You'll know how to swim away and be like, no, I've had enough. You can take a lot. Don't get me wrong. You can really, really take a lot. And take a lot of energy within yourselves of other people, situations, and your environment. And right now, you're completely cleansing every part of your life. And you have the energy to take action with it. You have the energy to create new resources for yourself. You have the energy to network. You have the energy to work with your finances. You have all this energy coming into your life. Thank you for watching.